Hey guys, so this is the first video of my new series on my channel, and it's all to do with travel tips on places that I've been to. So as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be my tips, advice and recommendations on Budapest. I actually did do a little bit of filming in Budapest and made a little video which I uploaded, so if you haven't seen that, be sure to check that out. I'll link it down in the description below. Let's get started! We flew from Southend Airport, which was super convenient for us because it's only an hour down the road. The parking is really close by and you're literally through security within less than half an hour. So we went from the 27th of December until the 30th of December 2019, so not that long ago at all. It was that weird time between Christmas and New Year and I just wanted to do something. And of course travel companies, flight companies, they rack the prices up because they know that lots of people have time off work, lots of students aren't at uni, etc. We flew with EasyJet. The flights were £70 each way, which I think was quite expensive, but I know it was because it was the time of year that we flew. I know that throughout the year I've looked and you can literally get flights for 30 quid, maybe even less. We didn't pay for luggage because, well, that's when the prices really start racking up. So I literally just wore a couple of jumpers on the plane and had a rucksack full of clothes. We were only going for like 3 nights, so I knew that I could get away with that. The flight that we got from Southend Airport, and I'm pretty sure they're all the same time for Budapest at Southend, departed at 12:35. Now, if everything ran on time, this would have been perfect, but of course it didn't. We were delayed by nearly 2 hours, which meant that we didn't arrive in Budapest until the evening. And I was a little disappointed with that because we obviously weren't staying for long, so you want to get as much time there as possible. I've done a little bit of research and I can see that Stansted and Luton offer really early morning flights to Budapest, which is perfect, and next time I'd definitely look into that. So the taxi from the airport to the city centre is about 25 to 30 euros. However, to avoid these costs, you can get the 100E bus. There's a bus stop just outside the airport, you can't miss it. There's a little ticket machine and it's about 900 HUF, which is €3, and it takes you from the airport directly to the city centre within half an hour. Buses depart every 30 minutes, so it's a much cheaper option. Now I'm going to talk about accommodation. So I went with Airbnb. It's the first time I'd ever used it and I had a brilliant experience with it. So we paid £42 a night, which is actually quite expensive for Budapest. If we would have done more in advance or gone another time of year, you could get way cheaper. However, the accommodation that we stayed in was just amazing. It was just this beautiful apartment. I'll post a picture of it now. I really recommend going with someone who is a super host on Airbnb. That means that they've had really great reviews and they've got a great reputation. Our host was really sweet. She left us eggs, butter, bread, bacon and even a bottle of wine. The only disadvantage of our accommodation is that it was about a 25-minute walk into the city centre. Normally I don't care, I walk everywhere, but it was freezing cold, so if you're not so much of a walker, try and get one closer, but obviously those are the ones that get snapped up quicker. We also made sure that our host provided us with towels because obviously we didn't bring any luggage with us and we wouldn't be able to fit towels into our rucksack, and we needed the towels to go to the famous baths that are in Budapest. So as a whole, Budapest offers accommodation from the most amazing hotels to really cheap and cheerful hostels. We actually did go to a couple of hostel bars and they were really great, so you've got a massive range to choose from. I've got just a general tip now. It's to bring the Hungarian HUF instead of euros because they will charge you a lot more if you're paying in euros. So you'll have to go to the iconic Széchenyi Bridge. It bridges together Buda on the west and Pest on the east. That's another point. You need to think whereabouts you're going to stay, because obviously there's quite a distance between Buda and Pest because they're separated. So it's more than likely you'll want to be staying in Pest, which is lively, has amazing nightlife, all of the shops, and it's much more touristy. However, you'll definitely want to go over to Buda to explore the more residential area and also where the beautiful Buda Castle is. No trip to Budapest is complete without a visit to the Simpler Kert Ruin Bar. Now this is voted the 3rd best bar in the world by Lonely Planet, and to be honest, I'm really not surprised. It completely did not disappoint. It is really quirky and videos and photos of it simply do not do it justice, but if I've got any, I will put some in. Now, as you can imagine, this is a tourist hotspot. We went Saturday night, which is probably the busiest that it is all week, and we had to queue outside for ages. It was freezing, nearly snowing, so I've got a little tip that I wish I'd have known. The bar is open from afternoon onwards. So if you want to walk straight in there when it's less crowded, definitely go in the afternoon. Another advantage of doing this is that it's light inside, which means you can take really great photos and videos. Because when I went inside, it was obviously really dark and the photos that I took were pretty naff, to be honest. We also did an excursion on TripAdvisor, which cost us £15 each, and it was called the Power Hour Ruin Bar Crawl. And you know what? It was fantastic. I really didn't know what to expect with it. We met up at 10 o'clock. There was a group, literally met people from all over the world, from completely different walks of lives. And there was this lady who represented the company, and she took us to some great ruin bars that were not as touristy, so we definitely wouldn't have found some of them without being in the group. It included drinks, it included free entry, so it was definitely worth the money. One of the bars that she took us to was called Extra, and it was really nice, it was fancy, and it was a really great atmosphere. So if you don't do the pub crawl, definitely check out Extra, because I really don't think it should be missed, and it was a great atmosphere. The bar crawl finished at Budapest's biggest ruin bar, which is called Instant. Now, it's not really a bar, it's a ginormous nightclub, very weird, very wacky. I've never really been in an environment like it before. I didn't even take a picture or video whilst I was in there, so I can't even show you. But check it out, do some research on it on TripAdvisor. If you don't like big crowds or tense environments, give it a miss, because it was very full on. I can't really describe it, to be honest. We also went to the Széchenyi baths. I feel like that's an absolute must if you go to Budapest, and I'm really sorry if my pronunciation was really bad. So it was just over £20 each. You can take a GoPro in with you if you want to take some nice photos, and it was really good. This place is absolutely humongous. There's loads of pools inside, and then you go outside and you've got the famous outside baths that you've probably seen on Instagram 100 times. Overall, we really enjoyed the baths, especially the outside ones. They're just gorgeous. We took some lovely photos, which I'll insert. There are so many pools inside as well, which I didn't really even know about. However, I wasn't a massive fan. It really smells inside, and I don't know why. So I didn't actually go in any of the pools, I don't think, inside. But yeah, we spent hours outside. A tip for you is to go at 6 AM, which is when it opens, because there'll be hardly anyone there, which means you can take fantastic photos. And not only that, it's like you get a discount. So that's a good little tip to know. So that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that it was useful. Let me know if you go to Budapest. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow my travel Instagram account, which I will leave down below in the description.